Premier League's set to begin this weekend, with Liverpool kicking the campaign off against Bournemouth in the opening game of the season. Look, I'm sure it'll be a spectacle as it always is, the first game of the season. There'll be loads of excitement, and the build up to it is fantastic from the media, from the fans, from everyone. However, I'm going to take a wee look at my predictions now for who will win the league and who'll be among the top four challenging for the title. There is four teams who I think can challenge for the title, while you've got another outsider who could possibly throw their hat in the ring of reaching Europe that you may not expect. That team is Man United. Now, I don't think they'll be anywhere near the title. Don't think that'll click into gear straight away. But having seen the improvements over the summer and pre-season, having seen the signs they've made, there is a little bit of attack of flair that could play under Amorim. And in regards to the defence, yes, they may need to strengthen there as well. However, I do think that with the lack of European football, with the solidity around the attack now in terms of they know what they have, they know how to go forward with that, and the kind of in midfield there is a weakness. Don't get me wrong, they don't have that player to snuff out attacks, because I believe Fernandes might be playing in the centre mid position due to who they've signed for the attacking positions. But I feel they'll finish 5th, 6th United this season. You can disagree, go ahead, it's just my opinion. I obviously invite different opinions. In regards to the top four though, I can't split them really in terms of where they'll finish in the top four. I do think there's strengths and weaknesses in every team, and each one is quite different. I think Liverpool, as seen in the Community Shield final, there's a defensive fragility there. I think if Konate was to get injured, there'd be huge concern. They really do need to sign another centre back, even though they spent so much money already. Now, obviously, Liverpool fans will be upset in terms of if you didn't say how much they've recouped as well. But it is true, they spend heavily. They need to continue spending to strengthen that position after losing Kwanzaa. Obviously, there's rumours linking them to Gehi and Nathan Collins. Either one would be a brilliant signing for them. But again, I think with Liverpool, there's just that defensive fragility that means that they'll be in the conversation for the title. But I think that comes down to their attack being able to perform every week, which might not happen. Look, they've got loads of attacking options, they've got loads of talent up there, but they won't be able to do that every game across a 30-game season, including obviously other competitions. I just feel that they'll be pipped to the post this season, and I could see them finishing 3rd or 4th. The next team I'll talk about is Chelsea. I think Chelsea are a frightening prospect. I think there's so much youth talent. I think there's so much quality in that team. It's just whether they click. I think the attack is frightening. The options they have is incredible. I think in midfield with Caicedo holding it all together, I think it's a very scary prospect for any team in the Premier League to come up against. I do, however, believe their keeper still needs strengthening. I think at the heart of defence there is a little bit of fragility. I'm not a fan of Cucurella, even though he is a good player and what he does is important to the side. I think his antics may come back to bite him. If not when it comes to discipline, it comes to losing focus potentially because he gets wrapped up in something. But again, that's just my opinion. I've seen it before. But I think Chelsea are a dangerous prospect. I do think they'll finish 3rd or 4th as well, but they'll be in the conversation for the title throughout. Coming in 2nd, I do believe it'll be Arsenal once again. I just think it's a mentality thing with them. They've had the ability, they've had the players, they should have been able to get over the line by now. Last season was their season to do it, but they didn't. They just didn't. They obviously signed Gyökeres, and Gyökeres, look, he's a talented striker. Whether he acclimatises the Premier League straight away is another question. I just feel they've shown and they've built slowly. Zubimendi coming in defence of midfield is a great signing. I just feel there's something missing from that team, and what that is I think it is the mentality coming from the manager. I think all these wee tricks that Arteta's trying to do, all these little things, I do think another manager would get them over the line. I really do. I think by now it would have happened. Arsenal would have won something major, had Arteta not been in charge. He's done brilliantly to get them to this point, don't get me wrong. But sometimes, I always use this example, you look at Southampton before Pochettino came in, Nigel Adkins did a brilliant job. But sometimes you just need to bring in that manager who's next level. And that next level manager might need to be brought in for Arsenal. And by process of elimination, I do believe that brings Man City to be the champions for me this year. I don't know, I just think they're all clicking. I think there's something there. I think the signing of Rinders is a brilliant piece of business. I think in defence, look, Guardiola has a system, he's evolved. It's evolved that system slightly, but there's always a bit of a question mark around City's ability to defend a counter-attack or a quick attack. That doesn't gone away with these signings. It hasn't gone away with the change of system that he's bringing in terms of the evolution of what he's doing. But I feel there'll be more control this season, which will help kind of stop that happening to them. Obviously, you can disagree, but I do feel that the City team looks to be coming back this season with a purpose that, look, not many teams will be able to stop them. So, how I think it'll finish in the top four, even though it could be slightly different, I think first will be Man City, second will be Arsenal, third will be Chelsea, and fourth will be Liverpool. Now, they're all pretty close. They're all pretty tight. I just think it'll be a brilliant season. It'll be interesting. But look, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts. I love seeing what people have to say and love being able to discuss it in a kind of calm manner or even just liking what you say. Look, we all got opinions. Not everyone can be right. But anyway, I've been Brendan McGilligan. Thank you very much for listening and look forward to talking to you soon.